I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Oh, shit.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the VHS Doom rental store and podcast. I am your host, Dylan Crutcher, here today with my co-host...
Mikey. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Sorry, my internet was weird. I had to disconnect it as you were doing the show intro, so I was scared of it was gonna kick me out. But
oh my god. Okay, yeah. Well, glad you're here. You've been making me nervous with these internet issues today.
It cut out at 11, and it's been on and off. I mean, it's Comcast, so this happens.
Yeah, right. Comcast is garbage. Yeah. Do you remember when I used to have such awful internet issues? That's because I have Xfinity or Comcast, yeah. I guess. Yeah. So
I have the Blast, the higher one, the higher download rate thing.
Yeah, that's what we upgraded to because it just was not working for me. But I think we've been pretty good for the last few episodes, you know?
Oh yeah, we have definitely.
Yeah, it's been pretty.
solid. Last episode there was a kind of a delay, but it's not bad today.
Yeah, no, it's not. Definitely not. Well, hey guys, I do want to say I feel like I don't do this regularly, and maybe I'll start because we are a podcast and we want more people to listen. So what I'm going to ask is that wherever you're hearing this, if you can, whether that's YouTube or Spotify or you're on Apple Podcasts or iHeartRadio or wherever, if you can
find
please...
a VHS tape in your bathroom and you don't know where it came from.
Yeah, that's probably us too. Please, if you can, subscribe, follow, give us a rating. You can give us,
We're on Threads now too, and TikTok.
Oh, yeah, we're on Threads and TikTok. We are on, obviously, Twitter, all that stuff. So give us a follow. Tell your friends about us if you like us, if this is the kind of show that they would like, because we just want to make sure that, all the people that want to hear us. So that's that. I don't ask that enough.
We're also going to be putting up a poll about if you guys want longer or shorter episodes.
Yeah, so over time, if you guys have been listening with us, we are a longer format podcast by nature because we're talking about movies, and it's very hard to cover a movie in a short period of time. But we're considering possibly adding in more of a short form set of episodes at least, whether that's just every couple episodes you get a half an hour one. I don't know. We just want to make it easiest for everybody to be able to listen to. So if you're listening to our podcast on the way to work, maybe it's a 30-minute drive. Would you like to hear episodes like that? Whatever. You guys can let us know about that on Twitter or Facebook or whatever social media you follow us on. Also, if you want, we do have an email, and I haven't called this out in a few episodes, but it's vhsdoom@gmail.com. Feel free to shoot us an email if you have anything you want read on air.
If I offended you on Twitter, you can also say stuff there and cry.
Yeah, you can yell at Mikey about Mikey to me if you send me an email, and I'll give him one of these.
He's just gonna laugh and probably just tell me something funny happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Mikey, I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich. So yeah,
he's gonna drive from Virginia all the way up to Connecticut just to punch me.
Yeah, just give him a big old kick right in the
Was
chin.
that a 9-hour ride of just getting punched?
yeah, for sure. And I'd walk in the door, and then he'd crack open his soda, and I'd be like, "That's it, it's on."
I got water today.
You got bottle of water or liquid death?
No, water bottle.
Oh, you can't get me today, motherfucker. You know what? He's going to sneak out at some point and go grab a soda and crack it. I know it. I don't
have any cans. I only have bottles today. I did have a Monster early in the morning, though, but I was up early, so.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, need those early. That's for sure. But anyway, yeah, I don't call that stuff out pretty regularly. That's maybe I will start doing that. But I just wanted to say, please give us a like, subscribe, follow, give us a rating. It's all super helpful to us. Total subscribers we have right now, I think on Spotify we're at 10, and on Apple Podcasts we actually have 10 as well. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much everybody for subscribing and listening.
I don't know many people who use Apple Podcasts. I thought people just listen to Spotify and stuff.
No, actually a lot of people listen on Apple Podcasts. Surprisingly, it's a pretty big, our So Art, the clown, like the Terrifier franchise episode on Spotify, I think it only had like maybe 8 or 10 listens, but on Apple Podcasts it had like 15. So
that's awesome.
yeah, I guess it's just different audiences in different places. So wherever you listen to us, definitely, give us a follow and a rating. We greatly appreciate it. So anyway, that's my shameless plug. Oh, and go to vhsdoom.com, scroll all the way to the bottom. I actually just ordered a shirt the other day. I'm waiting for it to arrive. That way I can show it off. But we have a VHS Doom staff shirt there. And if you follow that link, you will land on a website called dorktees.com. We actually have our own page where we are going to be designing some shirts about, kind of revolving around shows we've talked about. And you can purchase those shirts there, and all proceeds do go to the show and to us being able to buy Mikey a Mikey, so he can talk on a mic. But yeah, I think
I'm really liking the new deep red shirt you made,
dude. Yeah, so
crazy.
Mikey and I were working on a little deep red design earlier this week, and that is up on the website there. So if you want to go, pick that up, pick it up. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little shirt. So we're going to keep doing that, kind of work in partnership with that website. But yeah, so big things happening. Anyway, that is enough about that. So Mikey, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I finally have hot water.
Nice. Hot showers. That's awesome.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the boiler was like busted, and then like, I don't know. So this whole, I don't do plumbing, so I don't know what the hell it was, but like, yeah, we for 2 weeks we didn't have hot water. It wasn't fun.
Dude, 2 weeks. Holy. Yeah, I was texting Mikey and I was like, man, I remember when I lived in Jersey, it was Hurricane Sandy came through. Was that it? Was it?
I was just saying because that was like one that like knocked out everything. If you remember.
So I think that was the time frame. But I was without power for almost 2 weeks, and my hot water heater, I guess, was electric. I was in an apartment. I don't know, but I had no hot water for 2 weeks. That's an awful thing.
Yeah, bird baths suck, and sitting under the cold water may help with panic attacks and stuff, but will not help with feeling like clean, I guess.
Right. I feel dirty, but not stressed.
Exactly.
Dude. Yeah. Well, other than that, what's new, man?
I've just been watching wrestling.
Okay.
Spending time with my family.
Okay, cool.
Falling asleep early, attempting to watch a movie.
Yeah, I get it. Dad
putting
life.
Up polls on our Twitter about it and then falling asleep.
Yes, okay. I think this is the time. So Twitter. Mikey has gone to Twitter prison once again.
On my main account.
On your main account. Right. He's so good. He's never gotten the VHS Doom Twitter banned ever. So thank you so much for that. But...
I do argue with people on it, but I don't say anything like offensive, so I can't be banned.
Okay. Good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And usually it's mostly over stupid stuff like wrestling that really infuriates me.
That's funny. Huh. Interesting. So, all right. We're not going to go in depth on what got you banned, but how long are you banned on the personal account?
I don't know. I'm logged into the VHS one. I think it's like 2 more days, like 4 more days. It was 6-day ban. Okay. All I said to a Nazi, well, I don't know if they're a Nazi or not. I showed you that account.
Yeah. Oh, no, they are. Yeah, for sure.
I said... all I said was in like a random post they made. It was like probably saying something really offensive. I said, "You're a bitch," and everyone knows it. And they got reported like this. It was like quickly. Like it was crazy. Like Thanos snaps.
Yeah, it's a weird platform, man. I'm kind of liking the simplicity of Threads.
Threads is kind of boring, though. I don't know.
It is kind of boring, but I think that's it's a break from Twitter. Twitter is the garbage hole of the internet. It's like,
gotten worse. It's like becoming like 4chan almost.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we're not too far off from that. So sometimes I need a break from Twitter, and you just won't see me post for a while. And that's because I'm over on Threads, or I'm on Instagram, or somewhere where my brain doesn't hurt quite as much all the time.
Not gonna lie, I do have an Instagram. Like I used to post all the time. I have a lot of followers, but I don't even use it anymore.
Oh, you should, man.
I just get bored. Like, when's the last time I posted I watched a movie? June 29th?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like I go like month. I used to post every day if you remember, but now I just barely
Yeah.
even post.
You know what? You should just post every day now and tag just so you can tag the VHS Doom Instagram. That way, it's like you're doing it for the podcast rather than for
Well, that's what I'm
yourself.
doing on
You know?
Threads right now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a personal Threads. I just do it for the podcast. So.
I accidentally linked it to my Instagram, so I made it private so some people can't see it.
Oh, I see. I see. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't dox yourself. But anyway.
I mean, you already doxed me on Twitter, so.
Dude, I'm super doxed. Like, everybody knows who I am. My name is, like, on the podcast, my full name. So, whatever. Come at me, bro. Anyway, cool. Well, that's cool. Yeah, so my week, man, I've been busy. Like, just busy. I feel like this weekend I was, like, running all over the house doing, like, all these different projects. One cool thing, though, I actually learned how to fix a, like, 1960, 1970 Singer sewing machine for my mother-in-law.
I need a sewing machine.
That's kind of cool, actually. Like, I didn't know how sewing machines really worked, but I learned how they worked, and I took apart some gears that had broken and put them back together. So that was kind of cool. That was like a dad thing, you know?
Because I have, like, one of those metal vests, and, like, I always have new patches I want to put on them.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I really suck at doing it by hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I
no.
can do it. It just looks terrible. So, like, I want to get a sewing machine for it.
Oh, you should. Or even just one of those, like, handheld sewing machines. But
There's a handheld one?
they do. They make little ones you can just, like, it looks like a stapler, but it's, like,
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe that's what I need. I need
Yeah,
something
it's
simple with that.
pretty cool. But my mother-in-law is like a sewer, like, you know, but she was saying, like, for her high school graduation, like, she got a sewing machine, and apparently there were, like, these, like, Singer stores in malls where you could go, like, buy the latest model of sewing machine. It's just like stuff that doesn't exist anymore, you know?
Yeah,
So-
malls are dead now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's kind of all I did this week. But what kind of things were you watching this week, bud?
It was mostly wrestling. I know you watched a couple movies, a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
There was some good. I'm watching New Japan. It's one of my favorite companies. They're having a tournament this year at G1 Climax. They have it every year. There were a couple really good matches that took place the last couple of days. It goes from July 15th to I think August 18th, and it's like 4 different blocks of wrestlers.
Okay, cool. What are you looking forward to most, or what's been the best? Matches?
So far, let me see. Sorry, I have to look at the match card again. I got my days mixed up, just like
Oh, you're good.
stay-at-home dad is kind of wearing on me.
I hear that, buddy.
Shingo Takagi versus Eddie Kingston on July 16th was amazing.
Okay.
Shingo is a really big. Big name in wrestling in Japan. He has wrestled for the past 20 years. I've been a fan of him for the last 15, I would say. And Eddie Kingston, I think, is around the same time of like wrestling. He was on the American Indies stuff, and now he's in AEW. But he also wrestles for New Japan, and this was his dream to finally like wrestle in this tournament in Japan. Since he was a kid, he wanted to. And another good one was Mikey Nichols versus Aaron Hanari. Mikey Nichols is Australian. Aaron Hanari is from New Zealand. He's Maori. He has like a face tattoos now.
Okay.
He's really good. They're both really good. It was a really hard-hitting match, and the ending was really brutal.
Okay.
Aaron gets dropped on his head really hard. It almost looked like he was like broke his neck.
Ooh-wee. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then like there's like some other ones coming up that are gonna be really good. I really enjoyed Yoshihashi versus El Fantasmo too.
El
Yoshihashi-
Fantasma? Okay.
Yeah, he's a Canadian wrestler.
Nice.
Yeah, he used to be part of the group of the faction Bullet Club in New Japan, but now he's part of the main roster. And Yoshihashi is part of a faction called Chaos.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm really nerdy with wrestling. I've been watching wrestling. I guess since I was like my youngest memories is watching with my grandma and my dad.
Right, yeah, you mentioned that your grandma was into wrestling, which...
Yeah, she really loved WCW, which is ironic enough because, well, not ironic, but New Japan always had a deal with WCW. So, like, that's how I found out about it originally.
Yeah.
Like, guys like Benoit or, like, Jericho or, like, Rey Mysterio would go to Japan in the 90s, and they'd wrestle in New Japan.
Okay, cool. Speaking of wrestling and Canadian people, shout out to Troy, Private Troy on Twitter. He was just at an AEW.
AEW
right?
Collision last Saturday.
Yeah, last Saturday, right? In Calgary or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he actually got to he was picked up on the camera. He got a screenshot of himself, and he sent it to us over in our chat on Twitter. But yeah, cool, good for him. He said the noise when CM Punk came out is up there with the loudest noise he's ever experienced. From where he was sitting, the boos were way louder than the cheers, but it was about 2/3 for Punk, 1/3 against. So pretty cool stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for
I
sure.
still have to catch up on AEW. I've been mostly watching New Japan.
Yeah, right. You said you have been watching a lot of New Japan. And honestly, man, I'm so down to hear about it. I just can't add much to the conversation because I'm really I was kind of just like your topical wrestling fan, as a kid, and
Yeah.
so it is what it is, but I'm down to hear about it. I'll ask you all the questions about it that I can. So, any movies this week?
I started watching. It was either The Audition or Cold Fish. I can't remember. It was an extreme Japanese movie, but I passed out while watching it because I was like, Sammy had me up at like 4 a.m. the day before.
Oh, you know what? You mentioned that one. You were like, "Oh yeah, I started The Audition and I passed out."
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what you said. Yeah.
That's one of your favorites too from
Oh, bro.
Takeshi Miike.
Yep. Yeah, that one is wild. That is a wild movie.
thing for us to talk about it.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you can talk about it if you want.
Okay. So it's from, I always get it wrong. I thought it was 2000, but it's from 1999.
Okay.
It's from director Takeshi Miike. We're a guy who's a widower. He's a do you think he's a film producer? And he's making a mock casting audition for a wife, but they don't know that, so they think they're going on a reality show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he picks the wrong person, pretty much.
The very worst of people.
And honestly, I think he deserves it.
Right. Oh my God, bro. That. What do they call the little wire?
It was either like piano wire or like some kind of like, I don't even know. It was like a garrote.
Right. Yeah, I think so. Something like that. But it was like maybe guitar string or something.
On his leg, yeah. And she's like, tick, 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 tick.
That one gets me every time.
Takeshi Miike and his the gore in his movies, and just like just like the weirdness. Like, remember the scene with the bag?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, when that bag moves, it's horrifying.
Yep.
So the character in the movie. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at it on Wikipedia. It says wire saw.
Oh, wire saw. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay.
What was I saying before that though?
I don't know.
Whatever. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So that's The Audition.
Nice.
Classic J horror movie from '99 that should never be remade, and if it is, I swear to God, I'll lose it.
It's perfect as it is. It doesn't need.
And it's based on a novel from Ryu Murakami.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that until just now.
Oh, okay. Nice. See,
Yeah, that book was released in '97.
Huh. Nice. Cool. Well, moving on to my movies, if that's cool.
I don't know.
You sure?
Yeah, it's allowed.
All right, cool. Mikey will allow it. All right, so my movies, I watched 2 this week. I was able to squeeze in one last movie like last night, stayed up late watching it because I wanted to watch at least 2 for the episode. So the first one is 1982's Mortuary, which starred Mary Beth Donahue, Bill Paxton, David Wallace, Linda Day George. Anyway, it caught me off guard how good that movie was.
Did you see the trailer for it?
I didn't watch the trailer, but you mentioned, I know that the poster makes it seem like it's a zombie film.
The trailer does too.
Does it?
Yeah, like they shot. It's like none of the footage is in the actual movie.
Interesting. It was a really good movie though, man. So it was directed by Howard Avidas, and it's actually, I just learned this, but apparently it was a box office success, and it ranked among the top 20 highest grossing films ever at the time of its release. So kind of cool, I guess. I think the box office was 4.3 million, which just says a lot about the time and like how much money a movie brings in these days. But yeah, so Bill Paxton was a baby in this film, and it essentially evolves around a mortuary in like a small town and a girl whose father is murdered. It's kind of like a whodunit film, and there's
it's a very underrated slasher.
It is. I think that the like killing implement is cool. It's a little different, you know. Also, like the robes and like the premise of the killer is pretty wild, and then the end, the wedding. Holy shit, that was cool. That caught me off guard. And they even have a twist at the very last second of the movie. So pretty cool movie. Definitely go check out Mortuary, 1982 by Howard Avitas. And then my second movie that I watched, which I feel like I offended Mikey about because I texted him. I said, "This is the worst zombie film I've ever watched in my entire life."
It's honestly not. You have to see fucking zombie. No, Burial Ground. It's so bad, it's so good.
Okay, all right. I'll add that to the list. But I watched 1987's The Video Dead by Robert Scott, which was written, directed, and produced by Robert Scott. So I don't think that he could get anybody to actually fund this film. So The Video Dead essentially revolves around this television that gets dropped off at the wrong house. And this man turns it on, and whatever shows up on the TV can come out of the TV and like.
I thought that was awesome when I first saw it.
Yeah, be in the physical plane, which was neat. I really like the effect of how like the zombies kind of came out of the TV. That was kind of cool, and I'll give it. The makeup was awesome. The zombie makeup looked great. The blood effects and like the killing effects looked great. It's just the writing that I had an issue with, really. So like,
yeah, it's very low budget though. I can't really hold it against them. Honestly.
No, I can hold it against them because they had the budget and the effects to be able to cut zombies in half with a chainsaw, right, and have blood effects and all that. But they also wrote into the movie that the zombies think they're people, so if you shoot them, they'll just lay down. And I was like, hold the fuck on. Hold
I
on.
forgot about that part of it.
And they have like the worst Texan ever. Like, no offense to, anybody from Texas or offense, I don't know, but they brought in the worst possible representation. No offense, Jimmy. The worst possible representation of a Texan I've ever seen in my entire life, and he's like so.
You lived there for a while, so you've probably seen.
Yeah, for sure. So it is. I would say check it out and just be prepared for like, oh, dude, when he's like smoking his weed in his bedroom and he's like, I gotta lay off this stuff. That was pretty funny though. Yeah, just be prepared for like cheese galore and like kind of shitty acting across the board, and poor writing, but fun effects. The poster's
amazing though.
The poster is badass. So, yeah, go check it out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, also check your notes.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. Let's see. What is this? Hinari gets dumped on his melon. Oh, is this the video? Oh God. Oh, he broke his neck.
No, he didn't actually.
It looks like it though.
After during the press conference thing, he just had like a giant welt on his head.
Man, dude, this guy in the chat, Petey Pingus Mingus, he sent some wild stuff. So we'll keep an eye on that chat throughout this episode. Today, I am a formal name. I am Dylan, the owner. Because if you guys didn't know, last week, we did receive a visit right at the end of the episode from Deadite Hugh Janus. We have him locked up in the closet. Can you guys hear him? I was going to put in a sound effect, but that's way better. I'm going to leave that. So Hugh is a Deadite. We found every other member of management and ownership dead and buried in the basement.
Apparently, he was listening to the audiobook of it.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
He said he couldn't afford the actual Necronomicon.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So anyway, everyone else is dead. So they left us the store. Thanks, Art the Clown, for taking out all of our competition or whatever. But now we own the store. So this is Dylan and Mikey's VHS Doom rental store and podcast now. And I am Dylan, the owner. So I put that as my title today. Anyway, so that's kind of our week. That's what we watched. You got any other notes, Mikey, before we move forward?
No, not yet.
All right, cool. So as you guys know, if you are regular listeners, and if you don't, go back and listen to the last episode, because this week we are covering for episode 16. Holy shit, I can't believe we have 16 episodes out.
It's going to be 20 soon. That's wild.
I know, man. But we are covering the Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2. Dead by Dawn. So last week we covered the original Evil Dead by Sam Raimi, and this week we are covering the second. Initially, we intended on doing both Evil Dead 1 and 2 as one episode, because essentially Evil Dead 2 is a remake/sequel of Evil Dead 1. Yeah, it's a requel.
Is that a thing? Did I just make that up?
I think you just made it up. It's a requel.
Or maybe they said it in Scream 6. I don't remember.
I don't know. I haven't seen Scream 6, but
you should.
Yeah, I should. So anyway, we went over on time because the Evil Dead is probably my favorite franchise of all time, and I think it's probably Mikey's, so we can talk a lot about these movies.
This and the Amityville movies are my favorite. Like the original trilogy, and then the like ones from the 90s. They're like official sequels of it.
Okay, gotcha.
But after they lost their copyright and all these other weird ones, like what was it? I see like Amityville Karen and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, that's not for you.
But no, Evil Dead, yes, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, Evil Dead, it's definitely tops for me. By far. So anyway, we went over on time, and now we're here in a second episode for Evil Dead 2. Now, before we dive in, I do want
requel.
A requel. Yes.
No, I said our requel.
Our requel. Oh, that's right. This is our requel, because it's going to be very similar, but not really. So before we dive in and we press play, you motherfuckers better return that shit you took home last week, and that was Evil Dead 1, obviously. We sent you home with Phantasm, Memorial Valley Massacre, Little Corey Gory, and for the kids, Kindergarten Cop. Dude, I still can't believe I watched Little Corey Gory. That is wild.
I've never heard of it until you started talking about it.
Bro, I had to at Tubi on like Twitter and Threads, and I was like, hey guys, thanks. I never would have seen this or even known about it without you. So free shout out to old Tubi. Uh-oh. Who dying?
What?
You dying?
Oh, no, it's just a neighbor.
A neighbor's dying?
The ambulance is driving by.
Uh-oh. Is it an outbreak?
Nah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Probably like an elderly person or something. I don't know.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Or not. Hopefully they're okay. Whatever. But anyway, yeah. So those were the movies we sent you home with. Mikey, does everything look in order?
Wait, what is this?
I don't know. What is it?
It's like your face, but it's in scabs on a disc.
It's like a portrait of me?
Yeah, but like it's the cover on this disc. There's no case to it.
It's like they made the whole case out of scabs?
Yeah, like the part where it talks about on the disc itself.
Yeah.
Instead of like a logo, it's just your face and it's like in scabs.
What
is happening outside? Oh my god.
Bro, is Scabby Man out there?
The fire department's coming now too.
Holy shit.
Okay, it's gone now.
Obviously.
I also live next to a fire department, I just want to say.
I was like, oh god, Mikey is about to die. So is Scabby Man around? What is going on? I don't understand this. What are you guys doing? How did you come up with so many scabs?
Wait, what's wrong with your arm?
Oh, I see. Wow. I'm bleeding profusely. Holy shit. Okay, I don't know what kind of supernatural customers Scabby Man is bringing into this place, but you guys need to calm the fuck down, okay? 1, don't spit in the cases. 2, do not replace our cases with scab-made cases. 3, stop putting Billy Joel and Elton John in the return box. Holy
and Michael
fuck.
McDonald.
Michael goddamn fucking McDonald.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Michael McDonald will burn this place to the ground because he is on fire.
Oh, no, I was quoting 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, okay, got you.
When Paul Rudd has like a breakdown, he says, what's her name? I forget her name. He says, if I hear Michael McDonald played in this place again, I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
Is it? That's awesome. Is it? Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle 1 or 2, where the guy who's in the drive-thru like loses his mind?
I haven't seen those movies in years. I don't remember. Whoa,
oh God, who is the actor? He was in all kinds of stuff.
It's Remy Bingus.
I don't believe you.
It's my cousin Remy Bingus.
Remy Bingus? Petey Pingus Mingus? Your cousin's Remy Mingus? Remy Bingus.
Yes.
Oh, boo, it's me, Italian Dylan. Hello.
What the fuck?
You brought him out, man. Mario, Luigi, Lucio, Fulci.
I didn't, though.
You did. It's on you. I forgot Ryan Reynolds was in Harold and Kumar. It's Anthony Anderson. So they show up, I want to say this is Harold and Kumar. They show up at a place like a restaurant, and he's working the drive-thru, and he just loses his mind and starts tearing the whole place apart. Like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You know, like he hates his job. Anyway, whatever.
I've never heard of this.
What? I'm gonna put the scene in right now. Don't worry. We'll hear it.
What the hell's going on, Kumar? That does not look like a White Castle to me.
Yeah, we gotta check this out.
Hey, look here, fellas. You guys gonna have to order from the drive-thru menu.
What happened to the White Castle?
What?
There used to be a White Castle right here in this location. Where is it?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but Burger Shack, they bought this location about 4 years ago.
Please tell me there's another White Castle in town.
No.
Are you sure?
Do I look like the kind of brother that would be unsure about something like that?
Shit. What are we gonna do?
I don't know, man. Should we just eat here?
Hey, psst. There's a White Castle that's open 24 hours up in Cherry Hill. It's about 45 minutes from here.
I can make the trip if you're willing to.
Kumar, I got a shitload of work to finish. You got that med school interview, man.
Forget about the med school interview. It's a non-issue.
What do you mean it's a non-issue?
Ding dong. May I interject for a second? As a Burger Shack employee for the past 3 years, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that if you're craving White Castle, the burgers here just don't cut it. In fact, just thinking about those tender little White Castle burgers, with those little itty-bitty grilled onions that just explode in your mouth like flavor crystals every time you bite into one, just makes me want to burn this motherfucker down. Come on, Boogie, let's burn this motherfucker down! Come on, Boogie, let's burn this motherfucker down! Let's burn it down! Let's burn it! So, you guys maybe should just suck it up and go to White Castle.
Okay, there we go. Let's get it, y'all. So you returned your stuff, even though the cases were shot and made out of scabs.
There were no cases. It was a print on the disc that was made out of scabs.
They just returned a disc only? And why are they returning discs? We're a VHS rental store.
They told me that's what all they had yesterday.
You replaced it with a disc? What, a laser disc? These things are like 3 feet long.
Apparently, Balthazar has been giving out laser discs.
Apparently. I'm going to put a clip from that kid in, too.
I know where you live.
Dude, Balthazar, man. I love Balthy. He's a good guy. He really is. He means well, but he needs to calm the fuck down. Anyway, all right, back at it. So, you guys have returned everything from last week. Thank you so much. If you did not know, if you're new to this store and you're getting freaked out as we're talking right now, for only $3 a month, you can take home 5 free rentals per week from our store. It's literally the best deal you will ever find when it comes to a rental store. So sign up with Mikey if you haven't yet. But this week, we are about to dive in deep on Evil Dead 2, the, what did you call it? Remake? Sequel? Requel. All right, step up and press play, motherfuckers. We don't have time for your bullshit.
Let's go! 'Cause 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 'cause
4 years ago, in this quiet forest, in this cozy cabin, something happened. Something so frightening. Something so deadly. Something so evil. We prayed it would never happen again. Now, from the creator of Evil Dead, comes Evil Dead 2.
Swallow your soul!
Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn.
All right, cool. Crack the knuckles. I like recording on Tuesday, man.
It feels better to get everything done earlier in the week, I feel like.
It does. Yeah, I'll have more time to edit. I won't feel so rushed.
It was weird recording on Thursdays for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it really was. It kind of took me out of my element. I feel so much more energetic on Tuesday. By Thursday, I'm like, bleh. Yep. Anyway. All right, so back of the cover, motherfuckers. Evil Dead 2, also known in publicity materials as Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. Dead by Dawn! is a 1987 American comedy horror film directed by Sam Raimi, who co-wrote it with Scott Spiegel. Now, Scott Spiegel, I had to kind
of Intruder.
Yeah, I had to dive in a little bit.
You've seen that one. You like that one.
Yeah. He's actually directed and acted in and written a lot of films. So he is a longtime friend of Sam Raimi. He was born in 1957 on December the 10th. And some of the other films that he's worked on or acted in or helped with throughout the years include It's Murder, Clockwork Within the Woods, early on with Sam Raimi. Then he went on to work on Evil Dead 2. But he's also done, he worked on Darkman. He worked on From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Blood Money.
I've actually never seen any of the sequels to it.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
But the show was good. If you ever watched that one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He worked on The Rookie in 1990. Actually, as the writer, he wrote The Rookie. Interesting. Okay, a little bit of Clint Eastwood and Charlie Sheen action there. He was the executive producer of Hostel Part 2.
I love Hostel Part 2
and
so much.
Hostel Part 3, and he
It's terrible. Don't watch it.
Yeah, he directed 3, so that's probably why it's terrible. So fuck you, Spiegel.
He directed 3. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe I'll rewatch it.
Yeah, just see if it's
awful.
just
I watched it like thinking like it's gonna be like the other Hostel movies, but like I've already seen I like his other movies, so like I don't know, give it a rewatch. It's been years since it came out.
Yeah, might as well, right?
I used to hate Freddy vs. Jason, but I like it now.
You know, have you ever watched I don't know if there are certain movies where like one thing will stop me from watching it again. So like Hostel 1 is that
the Achilles.
Yeah, that's the scene. I won't watch it again because of that. I'll watch the others, but something about feet and hands just fuck with me so much. I can't bring myself to watch it again.
You know what I can't watch anymore?
Huh.
The Jeepers Creepers movies.
Really? Oh, is that because of
the director's a convicted pedophile who raped
right.
the child who was like the star of his other movie, Clown House? Yeah.
Right. I did hear about that.
And Hollywood just gave him like a slap on the wrist, and they still like funded his movies. So.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. So don't watch Jeepers Creepers anymore. Yes, agreed. But last note on Scott Spiegel before we move forward. He actually he got, and I haven't watched it yet, but Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, he voiced the souls of the damned. So Sam Raimi got him a part.
Shout out to the souls of the damned.
Yeah, shout out to souls of the damned. I don't even know what they sound like. Probably like that, kind of. Or like, Deadeye Hugh. Penis. How come Hugh is always talking about penis in Deadite form?
I don't know. Rotten penises.
Rotten penises.
He has a whole. Yeah, he has a.
Yikes. Rotten
He has a he has a movie critique site called Rotten Penis.
How many penises did it get on Rotten Penises?
4 belted penises.
That's what Mikey thinks of Rotten Tomatoes. There we go. I like that.
4 filleted penises.
You know, there's a section in my notes where we're going to talk about Rotten Tomatoes, so we'll bring that up again. All right, moving on. This movie, Evil Dead 2, was the second installment in the Evil Dead film series. It is considered both a remake and a sequel, or a requel, as we know now, to the Evil Dead. It stars Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams, who vacations with his girlfriend to a remote cabin in the woods. He discovers an audio tape of an audio tape of recitations from a book of ancient texts, and when the recording is played, it unleashes a number of demons who possess and torment him. After the critical and commercial failure of Crime Wave in 1985, Raimi, producer Robert Tappert, and Campbell began to work on a sequel to The Evil Dead at the insistence of their publicist, Irvin Shapiro. Having endorsed the original film, author Stephen King brought the project to the attention of producer Dino De Laurentiis. I don't know. That's starting to get a little too Italian.
It's De Laurentiis.
De Laurentiis, with whom he had been making his directorial debut, Maximum Overdrive, in 1986. Sorry, Italians.
My God, such a bad movie.
Bro.
Stephen King was on cocaine when he made that movie. Literally.
Yeah, for sure. Maximum Overdrive starred Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, yep.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty trash. But I mean, if you're gonna make a whole
fun.
movie
It's
and
fun
keep
trash,
it in one like gas station, that's a cool movie, I guess. It's fun trash.
I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, right.
It's not good though.
No, it's terrible, but it's fun. It's fun. I liked it. So, De Laurentiis agreed to provide financial backing and assigned the filmmakers a considerably larger budget than they had worked with on the original film. Although Raimi had devised a premise set in the Middle Ages and involving time travel, De Laurentiis requested that the film be similar to its predecessor for a wide release. All right, cool. So Evil Dead 2 was shot in Wadesboro, North Carolina, rather than in Tennessee. They also shot some footage in Detroit, Michigan. So the film featured extensive stop-motion animation and prosthetic makeup effects created by a team of artists that included Mark Shostrom, Greg Nicotero.
Shostrom.
Yeah, Notstrom? Shostrom?
Shostrom, yeah.
Shostrom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mark Shostrom, Greg Nicotero, Robert Kurtzman, and Tom Sullivan.
The who's who of effects.
Right, and Tom Sullivan, who was the sole effects artist on Evil Dead 1. The finished film was released in the United States on March 13th of 1987. Due to its high level of violence, it was released through a pseudonym. God damn it. Yes, a distributor with a different name it's pseudonymous. Pseudonymous. God, fuck, Jesus, shit. Anyway, so they had a different name to curb anticipated X ratings from the Motion Picture Association of America. Holy fuck, that was hard to read. Much like The Evil Dead, it is a widely acclaimed by... Fuck!
Oh, no, here we go again.
All right, I'm having trouble, so we're going to start over because I'm possessed, obviously. I'm a Deadite. This is Deadite Dylan right now.
Much like The Evil Dead, it was widely acclaimed by critics who praised its humor.
Raimi's direction and Campbell's performance. Many have considered it superior to its predecessor and similarly as one of the greatest horror films ever made. Despite being given somewhat limited release, it was a minor box office success, grossing just under $6 million. So, as with the first film, Evil Dead 2 has accumulated a large international cult following. In 1992, it was followed by the direct sequel, Army of Darkness, which utilized Raimi's original premise. In 2013, it was followed by the soft reboot and continuation, Evil Dead. And in 2015, it was followed by the television series, Ash vs. Evil Dead. As we talked about last week, a fifth film in the series, Evil Dead Rise, was released on April 21st, 2023.
I still need to see it. I'm kind of sleeping on it.
I do too. Everybody talks about how good it is, so I need to see it as well. Okay. So, real quick, just some notes that weren't called out in those paragraphs. Cinematography was by Peter Deming. Peter Deming has worked with directors such as Raimi, David Lynch, Wes Craven, and Jay Roach. He did win a 2002 Independent Spirit Award for Best Cinematography for Mulholland Drive.
I love that movie.
Yeah, and it was edited by Kay Davis, and the music was by Joseph LaDuca. I think most notably his scores would be for this TV series Spartacus, and then Xena Warrior Princess.
Fuck yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, for sure.
And fuck Kevin Sorbo, he's a piece of shit.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. And then
Hercules can eat a dick.
Hercules eating dicks left and right. Are they rotten dicks?
Yeah, severed rotten penis.
Nice.
You should check your notes.
Oh, okay, let me check them notes real quick.
It's a new movie you're gonna make.
What's this movie called? We're gonna call it Altar of the Mondo Penis Gore Penis. What? You're stupid. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. All right.
Just having you read this shit.
Dude, you type it. I'll read it. I'm telling you guys, go send us an email, vhsdoom@gmail.com. I will read literally fucking anything you send. As long as
it's a good advertisement for our email.
Right. As long as you're not racist or a bigot, those things I'm not going to read. Just throwing that out there. Don't be a hater. Okay, so this film, couple notes. So obviously we have Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams. We have Sarah Berry as Annie Noby. Dan Hicks plays Jake. Cassie Wesley plays Bobby Joe. Denise Bixler played Linda. And then, Snowy Winters played Dancing Demon Linda. Let's see, anyone else notable?
I think I would want to be a Deadite.
Would you?
I think so.
Is somebody running a bath in your house?
No, so I told you I work next to a warehouse and something's happening on the loudspeaker. I have no idea.
Holy shit. It sounds like your house is possessed, which I think is cooler. So we'll keep that in mind.
There's also a thunderstorm going, so I don't know if that's what you're hearing.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, could be.
That's a truck. That's
a
truck.
Holy shit.
They're loading something up. I can't see through the trees, but yeah.
Huh. Okay. And then a couple other cast notes. So Richard Domire played Professor Ed Getley. John Peaks plays Professor Noby, and Lou Hancock plays Henrietta Noby. But Ted Raimi played the possessed Henrietta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think I started to say on the last podcast we were doing.
You did, yeah. And then lastly, William Preston Robertson voiced the Evil Dead. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. So, some development notes on production. Holy fuck. Mikey keeps me on my toes, guys. He definitely does. Was that Hugh or was that you?
That was YU.
You?
Yeah, our new staff member. Why you?
Is his name you or YU?
It's YU, but it's you.
Why you?
There's me. There's you, and you, Janus.
What's you's last name?
Janus.
It's you, Janus?
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about him.
No, you. Why you? What's his last name?
Yeah, it's him.
It's you, him?
Yeah.
I fucking hate you. Why? Oh my god, dude, you kill me. You killing me. All right, so you, him, get to work. You get out of my face.
He's not here today.
Oh, I thought he was by you. Okay.
No, he's not here today.
So you's not by you?
No, you is here. He isn't.
You is here or you is here? We got to fire one of these guys.
All right, I'm done. Right. I'm done derailing the show.
All right, thanks, buddy. Thanks. I love the comic relief. Okay, moving on, motherfuckers. So, The concept of a sequel to The Evil Dead was discussed during location shooting for the first film. So Shapiro, the film's publicist, pushed writer-director Sam Raimi to devise a premise for such a film. Working with screenwriter Sheldon Lettich, Raimi settled on a story in which Ash was sucked through a time portal into the Middle Ages, where he would encounter more Deadites.
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness. My boomstick, motherfucker.
Did you get like a cup or a mug that said that when we went to Monster ManiaCon?
Oh, I did. Yeah. You were talking about last week, like, I have the action figure of Ash on my
I got
shelf.
I have a cup. Version of one,
yeah, I have a cup. It's with his saw, actually, though.
Yeah, doesn't it like do something when it's like cold?
It does. It he shows up. It like frosts or something.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, you gotta love those like random purchases at little conventions. So, all right. Okay, so Shapiro was enticed by the concept and took out advertisements in trade magazines to promote the project, which would be essentially Army of Darkness. But it was then titled Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead and the Army of Darkness. But in 1984, after Universal Pictures and 20th Century Fox passed on it, the sequel was shelved in favor of Raimi's next film, Crime Wave, which came out in 1985, which was a comedy/crime film co-written with Joel and Ethan Coen. After Crime Wave was released to critical and audience disinterest, Raimi and his partners at the Renaissance...
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted. I'm sorry. I was trying to say that I've never seen Crime Waves, but I heard it's not that good, I don't think.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. And even Tarantino, as we played from a clip last week, did talk about how awful that movie was. So, both for the Coen brothers and for Sam Raimi, they had kind of a rough time with Crime Wave. Raimi and his partners at Renaissance Pictures, producer Robert Tappert and actor and co-producer Bruce Campbell, took Shapiro up on his sequel offer, knowing that another flop would further stall their already lagging careers. Development of Evil Dead 2 initially began in collaboration with Embassy Pictures, which had co-financed and distributed Crime Wave, but the filmmakers eventually felt that they were being stalled after 5 months pre-production work and began conducting interviews with prospective cast and crew members. Around this time, producer Dino De Laurentiis, God damn it, I can never say his name, the owner of production and distribution company De Laurentiis Entertainment Group, or DEG, asked Raimi if he would be interested in directing an adaptation of the Stephen King novel Thinner. Raimi turned down the offer, but De Laurentiis remained in touch with the young filmmaker over time. The Thinner adaptation was a part of a deal between De Laurentiis and King to produce several adaptations of King's successful horror novels and short stories. At the time, King was directing the first such adaptation in Maximum Overdrive, which came out in 1986, based on his short story Trucks. He had dinner with a crew member who had been among those interviewed by Raimi and his colleagues about Evil Dead 2, and told King that the film was having trouble attracting funding. Upon hearing this, King, who had written a glowing review, if you remember, from our last episode, about the first film, which helped it become an audience favorite at Cannes, called De Laurentiis and asked him to fund the film. While he was initially skeptical, De Laurentiis met with Renaissance, who highlighted the first film's extremely high revenue on the Italian market. Within 20 minutes, De Laurentiis agreed to finance Evil Dead 2 for $3.6 million. Raimi and Tappert had desired $4 million for the production, but De Laurentiis requested a film that was similar to its predecessor instead of their original medieval-themed proposal, which was instead used for the second sequel, Army of Darkness, in 1992, which is how it came to be a remake/sequel or a requel. But it's a very good thing that they did do a requel. It turned out very well. So, any notes from you, Mikey, before we move into writing?
This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Nice.
I've watched it so many times that it's like I know it.
Right. Yeah, I feel like this is like one of the few films we've covered that you probably wouldn't even need a rewatch on, you know?
Oh, no, I haven't. It's all memory. I have books on it, too. That's another thing.
Yeah. Did you say that you had Bruce Campbell's book or no?
No. It was like a book about the making of the movie.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I
Yeah,
found it in a comic book shop in New Jersey like years ago.
Gotcha. Yeah, it seems like, again, this article that I'm kind of referencing relies heavily on If Chins Could Kill, Confessions of a B-Movie Actor, which was written by Bruce Campbell in 2002. If you guys haven't read that, go check it out.
I'm trying to find the book that I have. I don't know where it is right now because we moved here like 2 years ago, but my stuff is still in boxes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so anyway, that's a very heavily relied upon book for all of these notes, so check it out. Anyway, moving forward, so the writing of the film, despite Raimi's crew having only recently received the funding necessary to produce the film, the script had been written for a long time, having been largely composed during the production of Crime Wave. Okay, cool. Raimi contacted his old friend Scott Spiegel, who had collaborated with Campbell and others on the Super 8 millimeter films that they had produced during their childhood in Michigan. Most of these films had been comedies, and Spiegel felt that Evil Dead 2 should be less straight horror than the first. Initially, the opening sequence included all 5 of the original film's characters. However, in an effort to save time and money, all but Ash and Linda were cut from the final draft. The film went through several other drafts, including a group of escaped convicts holding Ash captive in the cabin while searching for buried treasure. Wow, that would have been interesting. Spiegel and Raimi wrote most of the film in their house in Silver Lake, Los Angeles, California, where they were living with the aforementioned Coen brothers, as well as actors Frances McDormand, Kathy Bates, and Holly Hunter, the primary inspiration for the Bobby Joe character. Can you imagine all of those people living together in one house?
That's crazy.
That's wild. Anyway, people are all young at some point, right? You gotta make rent work. So
I didn't know until maybe 10 years ago about the whole thing with them and with Raimi and the Coen brothers. It's fucking awesome too.
Isn't that? Yeah, that's wild. Okay, so due to both the distractions of their house guests and the films that they were involved with, Crime Wave and Josh Becker's Thou Shalt Not Kill, except the script took a long time to finish. Among the film's many inspirations include the Three Stooges and slapstick comedy films. Obviously, the Three Stooges kind of were an inspiration on some things that Raimi had done in
I feel like Pee Wee Herman was too.
Yeah, right, for sure. Ash's fights with his disembodied hand come from a film.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, they come from a film made by Spiegel as a teenager, which was titled Attack of the Helping Hand, which is that's neat. It was itself inspired by television commercials advertising Hamburger Helper. What?
Yeah, with the little hand guy.
Right. Yeah, I kind of forget about the little hand character on the box, right? The laughing room scene where all the objects in the room seemingly come to life.
That's another one of my favorite scenes in like any movie.
Right, which is kind of like Pee Wee Herman-esque, right?
Yeah, so that's why I said that.
Yeah, so they cackle maniacally along with Ash. That came about after Spiegel jokingly used a gooseneck lamp to visually demonstrate a Popeye-esque laugh. Spiegel's humorous influence can be seen throughout the film, perhaps most prominently in certain visual jokes. For instance, when Ash traps his rogue hand under a pile of books, on top is a farewell to arms. Ha ha. Ba-doom boom. You get it? Anyway.
Oh, shit.
What?
Did you hear that? Seriously,
what?
Though.
No, what
No,
was
the thunder is really, really bad.
Oh, you know what? I was listening to last week's episode, and you were like, oh, shit, did you hear that? And I'm like, no. You're like, I think it was a gunshot. Well, when I listened to it, I did hear it, but I couldn't hear it while we were recording. So.
I think that was just a firecracker. I was just being funny, but yeah.
Oh, no, it was something. It did blow up, though. So I was like, oh, shit. Huh. Anyway, okay, continuing. So while Raimi and Campbell have stated that Evil Dead 2 was intended as a direct sequel, there are differences between the first movie and the recap at the beginning of the second. For example, the Necronomicon is destroyed in a fire by Ash during the conclusion of Evil Dead, but it remains intact in Evil Dead 2. The corpses of Ash's friends from the first movie are absent and never mentioned. The cabin itself remains perfectly intact until the events of this film, despite much of it having been destroyed in the original film. So, again, prequel. All right, so some filming notes. With the script completed and the production company secured, principal photography began on Evil Dead 2. The production commenced in Wadesboro, North Carolina, which was not far from De Laurentiis' offices in Wilmington. De Laurentiis had wanted them to film in his elaborate Wilmington studio, but the production team felt uneasy being so close to the producer, so they moved to Wadesboro, approximately 3 hours away. Steven Spielberg had previously filmed The Color Purple in Wadesboro, and the large white farmhouse used as the exterior location in that film became the production office for The Evil Dead 2. How about that? Most of the film was shot in the woods near that farmhouse or J.R. Faison Junior High School, where the interior cabin was located. The set of the interior cabin was located. Mark Shostrom served as the film's makeup effects supervisor and delegated work to Robert Kutzman, Greg Nicotero, and Howard Berger of K&B EFX Group. There it is, Mikey. The shot of undead Henrietta's flying eyeball was accomplished by using a ping pong ball provided and painted by K&B EFX. The effects artist Vern Hyde, who joined the North Carolina unit in 1986 after filming had already begun, experimented with various rigs in order to achieve the effect Raimi desired. It was ultimately achieved by mounting the eyeball on a small spinning motor attached to a wand bolted directly into the camera. Very cool. Ted Raimi, director Sam's younger brother, had been briefly involved in the first film, acting as a fake Shemp, which we mentioned, and that was inspired from the Three Stooges. However, in Evil Dead 2, he plays a larger role as the undead Henrietta. Raimi wore a full-body latex costume and was also made to crouch in a small hole in the floor, acting as a cellar. Raimi became extremely overheated to the point that his costume was filled with liters of sweat. Nicotero describes pouring the fluid into several Dixie cups to get it out of the costume.
I have a funny thing about Ted Raimi. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, yeah.
Remember the movie Blood Rage?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Remember in the movie theater, in the bathroom, there was a condom salesman?
Yep.
That was him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. Huh, how about that? That's funny.
So I find it funny.
No, that's great. Yeah, I love those notes. Apparently, in this costume, though, it was so hot that the sweat was visible on screen, and it was dripping out of the costume's ear in the scene where Henrietta spins around over Annie's head. I've never noticed that, but I'm going to go back and check it out.
I have the 4K edition of it. I've never seen that.
Okay. I got to pay attention now. For Ash's chainsaw hand, effects artist Vern Hyde modified a real chainsaw, replacing its gasoline engine with a small 12-volt electric motor, leaving space for Campbell to insert his hand into the body of the saw.
That whole time when he arms up is so fucking badass,
isn't it? It really is.
It's such an 80s action movie kind of thing,
dude. When he hits the double barrel shotgun with the chainsaw and makes it a short shotgun, a sawed off, bro, that is wild. That's so cool because it's like he's
his
ready
boomstick.
To go. His boomstick, man. Yeah, wild. Okay, so
did you get I think you got Sammy a boomstick shirt or something, right?
Oh yeah, I think I did. This is my boomstick when he was little. Yeah. Oh man, the kids are growing up, man. They're growing up so fast too.
Yeah, his
wild.
third birthday's gonna be in September.
That's crazy. Aria's coming up on her second in November.
Wild.
Crazy. Anyway, okay. So the teeth of the saw were filed down for safety purposes. Good to know. If they didn't, that would be wild. And tobacco smoke was pumped through a plastic tube that ran up Campbell's leg to simulate chainsaw smoke. Okay, that's kind of cool. Neat to know. Did not know that. The crew sneaked in various jokes into the film itself, such as the clawed glove of Freddy Krueger, the primary antagonist of Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street, which hangs in the cabin's basement and tool shed. This was at least partially a reference to a scene in the original A Nightmare on Elm Street, where the character of Nancy Thompson, portrayed by Heather Langenkamp, dozes off watching the Evil Dead on a television set in her room. I didn't remember that.
I love it when movies do that.
They're
Usually
kind of
it's like Living Dead.
Yeah, it's like tit for tat. Like, hey, we got you, you got us. That's kind of cool. Huh. Wild. Wait, yeah, usually it is Night of the Living Dead because Night of the Living Dead is public domain.
Yeah.
Right. Huh. Interesting. Okay. All right. So, in turn, that scene was a reference to the torn The Hills Have Eyes poster seen in the original Evil Dead film.
Yeah, it was like a response. That was always one of my favorite things.
Right. Which was itself a reference to a torn Jaws poster in The Hills Have Eyes. The real-life clawed glove appearing in Evil Dead 2 has been attributed to Shostrom, who was also working on A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, which is one of the most homoerotic... Is that right? Was that the
second?
note?
You're thinking of the second one.
Oh, is that too? Oh, okay.
The third one is the one where it's all the kids in a mental institution.
Right. So
like
Evil
one
Dead...
of them has like wizard powers and stuff, yeah.
Got you. So A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was the one that was super homoerotic, is that right?
Yeah, and the writer kept saying it wasn't, and then
Right.
the actor got bullied for it. It was like a whole
Right,
thing.
right. Yeah.
There's a documentary called Scream Queen about it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, check that out, everybody. Scream Queen. Maybe we should add that to the list.
Give me 1 second, dude. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, bud. I'm going to jump back in and just read some other notes here. So, Scream Queen. Sorry, Troy. Holy fuck, bro. Man, it's those soda pops. Can't beat them. Really can't. And if you can't beat them, join them. All right. So, let's see here. The rat, last note here, the rat seen in the cellar was nicknamed Señor Cojones by the crew, which, if you don't know what cojones in Spanish is, look it up. At the film's wrap party, the crew held a talent contest where Raimi and Campbell sang The Birds 8 Miles High with Nicotero on guitar. All right. Interesting notes there. All right. So, music, as we said earlier, the score was composed by Joseph LaDuca, who also composed the other 2 scores for the Evil Dead trilogy. In 2017, Waxworks Records released the soundtrack on vinyl for the film's 30th anniversary. All right. So, moving on into the release. Pre-release, like the original film, Evil Dead 2 had censorship difficulties due to its high level of violence. Because DEG was a signatory to the Motion Picture Association of America, Raimi was contractually obligated to shoot the film with the intention of it earning an R rating. Upon reviewing the completed film, DEG's executives felt that Evil Dead 2 would almost certainly receive an X rating, which would limit its commercial prospects. Lawrence Gleason, the company's president of marketing and distribution, felt that if it were to be cut for an R, the film would have been about 62 minutes long, and that both Raimi's vision and the audience's enjoyment would have been sabotaged as a result. Lawrence Gleason, you're a hero. Ultimately, DEG decided not to submit Evil Dead 2 to the MPAA, fuck yeah, for review, or be credited on screen for their involvement in it. Instead, Rosebud Releasing Corporation, a shell company run by De Laurentiis' son-in-law, Alex shit. No, it's not. It's Alex De Benedetti.
I'm kidding. I just came back. I'm sorry.
Fuck. No, I know. It's all these pseudo-Italian... Why? Pseudo-Italian names.
De Laurentiis is Italian.
Fucking D whatever. Anyway, okay, so moving on with these other awful Italian names. Alex Di Benedetti, I think is how you say that.
That sounded more of a name.
It's a me, Benedetti, heady, was set to handle the film's U.S. release, allowing it to be shown unrated. Fuck yeah, they didn't bitch out. Although Rosebud technically did not have a distribution network, DEG had already booked the film in 340 cinemas across the country, and it had created and paid for the film's advertising campaign. Rosebud's logo, a rose blooming in time-lapse photography against a painted sky backdrop, was designed and shot by Raimi himself. That's interesting. If you go watch the Evil Dead 2 preview, that is the rose that pops open in the very beginning. So, very cool. Dude, that rain is hard. Listen to this. Everybody be quiet.
It's crazy. It's like an ASMR video.
All right, I took a nap.
Relaxing?
It is, yeah. Super relaxing. I just took a nap.
Yeah, it's raining really hard here.
It's wild.
I'm not gonna lose
right.
internet or anything. It's just like really like windy and rainy.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's kind of a cool little backdrop to our podcast today.
Our
So,
spooky time.
yeah, Mikey. Sometimes Mikey has birds in the background that are tweeting. So listen for that here and there. That's fun. But today it's rain, so I like that.
And it's funny that this mic actually picks that up.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That's funny. All right, but that means he needs a better mic, guys. Come on. Okay, so moving on. The next set of notes are going to be about home media. So the film was released on VHS by Vestron Video in 1987. Another VHS release came from Anchor Bay.
I have the Anchor Bay Evil Dead one.
Well, this is... Oh, you have their DVD, though, right? Do you have the VHS?
No.
Oh, okay.
I only have like 4 or 5 VHS, but not Evil Dead. I wish I did.
Well, yeah, so there was that VHS release from Anchor Bay on February the 17th of 1998. In a similar fashion to the first Evil Dead film and Army of Darkness, there have been numerous DVD releases of Evil Dead 2. The film was released on DVD by Anchor Bay on August 29th, 2000. That was in the form of a limited edition 10 and was re-released by Anchor Bay
At that time, Anchor Bay was
2005.
doing a lot of those tins.
Yeah, for sure. It's designed to resemble the Necronomicon, that one from 2005. And then you had on October the 2nd of 2007, it was released on Blu-ray. And then on November 15th of 2011, it was re-released on Blu-ray and DVD by Lionsgate Home Entertainment for the 25th anniversary.
That's the one I have.
You have Lionsgate?
It's a really good one. It has all like the so like a really cool thing about the 80s like special effects artists was they always like recorded everything they did.
Okay.
So like they show clips of it, they talk about it, they have documentaries about it too.
Nice. So then the next edition we have was September the 13th of 2016. It was re-released by Lionsgate on Blu-ray. And then lastly in the U.S., a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray version was released on December the 11th of 2018.
In a box set. Well, there's a newer one that was a box set. It was the Groovy edition. That was a 4K of Evil Dead 1 and 2 and the Evil Dead TV show.
Oh, TV show? No Army of Darkness?
No, it wasn't.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there was a whole thing with like the rights of those movies, right? I don't. If I remember right, Army of Darkness wasn't shown in the Evil Dead TV show.
Oh, okay.
I think that was because of like De Laurentiis.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
my uncle got me that a while ago. It's really cool. It opens up like vertical. I think I've showed you like the outside of it, but like if you open it, it has like a book in it, and like the discs are in the book.
Okay, gotcha.
I usually don't like that kind of box set though.
Yeah.
I like the books like being separate from it because I like to read it by itself.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so you are Mr. Region Free. So here are some international releases that maybe you want to look at. Who knows? So it was released. The film was released on DVD in the UK in 2003 as a part of Region 2 Evil Dead trilogy box set. In 2013, the trilogy saw another UK release on Blu-ray released by Studio Canal. Then a 25th anniversary Wood edition was released in Germany by Studio Canal in 2007. The film was re-released on Blu-ray in Australia in 2014 alongside Evil Dead Army of Darkness and the 2013 reboot as a part of an Evil Dead anthology box set.
I love that movie. Did you?
Yeah, I did like the 2013 one. I did. Yeah.
Did you see the director's cut?
No, I didn't. I just saw when it came out. I saw the original.
Yeah,
version.
apparently, like there's scenes in the trailer that weren't in the actual movie, but it's in the director's cut.
Interesting. Okay.
And I like that director too. He did Don't Breathe.
Okay. Gotcha.
Fede Alvarez.
One last note here. The film has been released together with the first Evil Dead film by Green Nara Media in South Korea in Region A. So, pretty cool notes on international distribution there. All right. Cool. All right. So moving forward, reception, we're going to kind of round it out here. So we'll talk about reception. We'll talk about maybe some popular culture notes, and then we'll kind of round out this episode. We're at an hour and 20 minutes right now. So with editing, cut that down a little bit, and we're doing pretty good today. All right, so box office, Evil Dead 2 opened on March the 13th of 1987 to an unimpressive weekend gross of $807,000 due to its limited release and only 310 theaters at the time. However, after spending a little over a month in theaters, it ultimately grossed $5,900,000 worldwide, so almost $6 million. And that was made on a budget, if you remember, of $3.5 million, so they almost doubled their money. Good for you, Sam Raimi. The critical response over time and at the time were awesome. It is one of the best horror movies of all time. On Rotten Tomatoes. So on good old Rotten Dicks, 88% of...
No, it's Rotten Penis.
Oh, Rotten Penis, sorry. God, I hate when I mess up website names. Okay, on good old RottenPenis.com, 88% of 82 critics' reviews are positive.
GorgedAnus.com.
Did you say gorged anus?
Yeah, gourd.
Gourd?
G-O-R-E-D. Like a rhino.
Okay, so 82 critics on RottenPenis.com, and the average rating is 7.5 out of 10. Yay. The website's consensus reads, less a continuation than an outright reimagining. Sam Raimi transforms his horror tale into a comedy of terrors, and arguably even improves on the original formula. Okay, cool. Thank you, RottenPenis.com. We appreciate you. Or Rotten Tomatoes, whichever one you like to read. I don't care. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 72 out of 100 based on 18 critics. Metapenis.com. I think that's owned by Meta and Facebook and Instagram. So metapenis.com. Go check it out.
Man.
Yeah, I think it's just all, probably like Elon Musk and what's the why can't I think of his name? Holy shit.
Zuckerberg?
Yeah, it's probably just a bunch of Zuck's dick pics.
Don't Zuck to Zuck.
Zuck's a cuck, according to Elon, but Elon's a piece of shit.
Didn't Elon's wait. Didn't Elon's mom say that he shouldn't fight?
Yeah, probably. He definitely should not. So I was actually, I was hanging out. That was another thing I did this weekend. We went to this little festival with some friends, and one of the people that was there works for Meta in their technology server department or whatever. And I was like, bro, is Zuck really up for this fight? I was asking him questions like that, and he's like, well, all I know is that I'm in a meeting, a virtual meeting with the guy every week, and he is jacked as fuck. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, he looks like it, so he would probably just murder Elon, but whatever. I don't care about that. Let's continue with our movie.
I think there's notes in chat.
Is there? Let me check it. Oh man, Dylan, an FBI Fed. What? Dylan's an FBI Fed. Yeah. Tell me where you are, bitches. I'll come get you. Bro, if I was a Fed, you'd be so locked up for something. I don't know. I'd figure something out. I'd be like, Mikey, you didn't clean up the bathrooms very well when you closed. Straight to jail. All right, moving on. So,
wait, you missed one.
Did I? All right, let's see what Mikey's note is. Dylan is my FBI handler. Yeah, Mikey is definitely not in the CIA nor the FBI. Please ignore what I'm saying right now. Thank you. Okay, so let's finish this fucking shit up, bro. All right, so Empire Magazine praised the film, saying that the gaudily gory virtuoso hyperkinetic horror sequel uses every trick in the cinematic book and confirms that Bruce Campbell and Raimi are gods. All right, that's pretty good.
The hyperbole was amazing.
What's that?
I said the hyperbole was amazing.
It was quite. That is a title. Thank you, Empire Magazine. And then let's go ahead and skip forward to Mikey's favorite person, Roger Ebert of the Chicago
He's dead.
Sun-Times, gave the film 3 stars out of 4, describing it as a fairly sophisticated satire that makes you want to get up and shuffle. He praised the film's sense of surrealism, comedic timing, and grubby low-budget intensity. Ebert states that if you know it's all special effects and you've seen a lot of other movies and have a sense of humor, you might have a great time at Evil Dead 2. Okay. All right. Well, still kind of a shitty review, and Roger Ebert's kind of a dick. So,
he's a pretentious dickhead.
He's dead, but so he's a pretentious deadite. I think Mikey keeps him in the closet just to smack him with stuff. Is that him over there?
No.
Penis. Oh, that
was
Hugh still?
No.
Who's that?
Look behind you.
Holy fuck, bro. What the fuck is that?
It's my art.
It's what?
My art.
Your art? Did you just fucking draw shit on the wall?
No, it's a body like sewn together. Multiple people we know.
Oh, you're pulling like a Frankenhooker kind of thing?
No, from pieces.
Oh,
pieces.
Okay, gotcha.
Where so, like a jigsaw corpse falls out of a closet.
Right, yeah. Who all is here with us today?
Some people.
Some people?
I don't like doxing. You'll see their faces, you'll know.
You're fucking stupid. Okay. Let's finish this shit. We're right at the end, and I'm losing my fucking mind over it. So
isn't it funny because Ash lost his mind in the movie?
Yeah. It's like this is like the classic shot. I'm gonna put if you're watching on YouTube. Congratulations.
You're just gonna see Dylan run through his house with his computer.
Yeah, that's it. That's the shot.
We need the noise.
Yeah, there you go. Dude, fun stuff. We should make a movie again. Okay, so
yes, bravo. Which you should be printing the shirts soon, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably put them on the website. Who knows? All right, so a couple last notes here. Entertainment Weekly, who gives a shit, ranked the film 19 on their top list of 50 cult films of all time.
I can't stand Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Empire Magazine included Evil Dead 2 on their list of 500 greatest movies of all time, ranked number 49. Wow, that's pretty good. Sight and Sound magazine.
That's a pretty good magazine.
Yeah, they ranked it number 34, top 50 funniest films of all time. That's kind of cool. So it's hitting multiple lists.
Did you ever buy any like movie magazines or no?
Not really. No, I never really bought that many movie magazines.
I used to love to collect Fangoria and Rue Morgue.
Dude, Fangoria is fun, though. I do like looking at Fangoria.
Oh, yeah, they have a subscription service now for theirs.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're still around.
Yeah, well, they're not sponsoring us, but go check it out. Cool stuff. All right, and then lastly, in 2016, I don't know what they didn't have to write about, but James Charisma of Playboy magazine ranked the film number 12 on a list of 15 sequels that are way better than the originals. Okay, whatever. Who cares?
I didn't know Playboy had like things like that.
Well, yeah, they do apparently have some interesting articles, but
are they even still around? Like,
Yep, they are. I think it's mostly online, but I think they still put out a magazine for the old guys,
That's
I don't
weird.
know. It is weird. But whatever. Okay, last section here, just some notes from pop culture. So some influences. Have you ever seen The Elvis Dead?
No, what is that?
Okay, so The Elvis Dead is an English comic stage show which retells the Evil Dead 2 story in the style of Elvis Presley.
So it's like if they put Bubba Hotep.
Kinda, yeah. Evil Dead 2, kind of. Yeah. So, haven't heard of it, never seen it until I learned about it for this episode. Okay. Also, cool stuff, and this is actually sourced from David Kushner's 2004 book, Masters of Doom, How Two Guys Created an Empire and Transformed Pop Culture from Random House. The 1993 hit first-person shooter video game Doom was inspired by Evil Dead 2. Yep. The game's programmer, John Carmack, came up with the game's concept about using technology to fight demons, inspired by the Dungeons & Dragons campaigns the team played, combining the styles of Evil Dead 2 and Aliens.
I love Doom so much. Have you played the newer games?
I haven't. No, I have not.
Oh, they're really good. They're platform shooters.
Okay.
I think you'd like it, honestly.
Gotcha. No, I might have to
Doom and
check
Doom
them out.
Eternal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, last note here, and it's a weird one to go out on, but the 1991 hit song People Are Still Having Sex by Latour contains a dialogue sample of the Hello Lover line from this film. And that takes us out, friends. Mikey, do you have any final notes on Evil Dead 2 before we wrap this week up?
I think I said, let me see. Yeah, Deicide had a song about it called Dead by Dawn.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, friends, so that is going to take us out of this timeline of the Evil Dead 2 horror masterpiece by Sam Raimi. We're super glad you came back to hear this one. We are at about an hour plus, almost an hour and a half in on this. So we appreciate you guys joining us for 3 hours almost, or whatever, of time just on the Evil Dead 1 and 2 films. But they are, as we stated, probably 2 of our favorite films of all time, and we hope you guys enjoy it as well. We appreciate you guys sticking with us and listening to 2 separate episodes on this topic. But that's going to round us out on the Evil Dead 1 and 2, and who knows, maybe we'll have a Vengeance episode where we come back with Army of Darkness sometime in the future. So we're going to jump out here, and let's go ahead and start getting you guys checked out so you can head home, grab your popcorn and your sody pops and your candies. So we are going to be sending you guys home with 5 movies this week, and I already have the list ready to go, Mikey.
Oh, okay.
So
I had a kids movie.
Oh, you did? Okay, I grabbed one too. You can do the kids movie this week.
I was just going to say The Mighty Ducks, the third Mighty Ducks movie.
The first one?
The third one.
Oh, Mighty
D3.
Ducks 3? Okay.
Yeah, D3.
And you gave me the idea for a documentary. We're going to send them home with a Scream Queen doc. When did that come out? Let me look it up.
Give me 1 second.
2019. Okay, cool. All right,
it's
friends.
It's called Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, awesome. All right, cool. Okay, all right, friends. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies for you this week, and actually, we're going to send you home with 6. One of them's on the house this week because we have to obviously send you home with Evil Dead 2. So you're going to take home Evil Dead 2 by Sam Raimi, written by Sam Raimi and Scott Spiegel, which was released in 1987. You are going to take home Mortuary from 1982, directed by Howard Avitas. So you're going to take home also the Video Dead from 1987 by Robert Scott. Yep. You're taking home 1999's The Audition from Takashi Miike, right?
Yes.
All right. You are going to take home Scream Queen, the Scream Queen documentary, which is titled Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street from 2019. And lastly, for the kids this week, you're taking home The Mighty Ducks 3, or D3, from 1996. We're super glad you guys came by the store today. We're going to get you checked out. Come on, bring it up to the counter.
Next week is.
Oh, well, hold on. We gotta get them to pay first. Come on. Bring it up. All right, y'all. Before you take off, Mikey's going to show you next week's board. What are we doing next week, Mikey?
We are doing 2000's action thriller from Japan, Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Directed by Kinji Fukasawa, or Fukasaku.
Nice.
Yeah, Saku. Okay.
Let's fucking get it, bro. So that is...
Let me read a little bit of the plot.
Yeah, we'll just read the little back cover, yeah.
All right, so a bunch of delinquent kids from a certain class are taken to an abandoned island, and they have to fight to survive.
Okay. Now, this was kind of an inspiration for the Hunger Games and some Battle Royale type video games, right? Mm-hmm. And so this came out when? I'm sorry?
2000.
2000.
Before that, it was a manga.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's got a deeper history than just the film.
Yeah, and there's a sequel, but the sequel's not that good.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, I'm very much looking forward to watching Battle Royale, rewatching Battle Royale, and jumping in on that with you guys next week. But this week, you're good to go. Get out of here. But please, one more time, just to wrap up the episode, if you don't mind, wherever you're listening to us, give us a like, subscribe, follow us, give us a rating. Let us know how we're doing. We appreciate the feedback.
Threads, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook.
Yep. All of them.
Yeah.
We're like everywhere. So, and everywhere we're at,
Blue Sky one day.
right. All you got to do is VHS Doom. You'll find us. So, we appreciate all of you, and we appreciate all of you who've already subscribed and are listening to us regularly. Let us know. We're going to put up a poll on our Twitter, but you can also email us or message us on any of our socials. But what you think about our episode length, if you guys would prefer a couple short form episodes here and there, that way we can, give you some things that are a little easier to digest. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Who gives a shit? But we just appreciate you, and we are having a ton of fun doing this. Mikey and I talked about doing this podcast for years, and we're finally doing it every week, and we've done it for 16 weeks.
We were on a podcast like back in the day when we were trying to make Brava. It's funny.
Yeah, do you remember the B Movie Bros?
Yeah, you can still find it, I think.
Yeah, do they still put their show out?
I think so. I think they do.
Okay, yeah. So
you have to really scroll all the way down to find us.
Yeah, if you go search for Brava or whatever,
Did we talk about hairless cats?
I think we did, yeah. We were on a podcast called the B Movie Bros for the project of Brava, which unfortunately got shelved. But tons of fun on that podcast. So ever since that, we've been like, we should do our own podcast, and now we are. We've been doing it for 16 weeks straight, buddy. That's wild. That's 4 months straight. That's pretty awesome, and we'll be at 20 before you know it, and we appreciate everybody listening to us. Give us some feedback. Mikey is going to start putting out some polls on Twitter where we're going to ask about episodes that maybe you want to hear. That way we can get through our show notes and our ideas that we have.
Movies, directors, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we definitely need to drop some new director episodes because we're kind of behind on
maybe
those.
Even like a video game episode. You never know.
Yep. I think a video game episode would be good. And honestly, I'd love to do some research into some wrestling. Who knows? Some classic matches or something.
That'd be fun. Like we both react to it kind of thing.
Right, because I'm not a wrestling kind of guy, as much. But I'd love to learn about it some more. So
he's a filthy casual.
Yeah, filthy casual. All right, y'all. Well, get the fuck out of my store. This is my store now. Me and Mikey, we own it. We can do what we want, but we love you. Come back. All right, y'all. Have a lovely, lovely week, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.
What the fuck is Q doing over there? Is he... Bro, I think he's choking on his own dick.